Hello everyone, welcome to chemistry class. This is the online class series for chemistry and we are here for the lecture 1 of this series. Dear students, this class is presented by your chemistry teacher Mohit Alfred and you have to follow your class textbook, that is Essential ICSE Chemistry for Class 8 by Bharti Bhavan Publications. Let us begin with the chapter number 1, that is matter. We will be learning some important topics. Let us have a glimpse of what we are going to do. Firstly, in chapter number 1, matter, we will learn the different states of matter. Then we will have a look on that what is the reason of different forms of matter, what are the cause that same matter can exhibit different states of matter. If different states are possible, how these states are changing from one form to another, the reason and the process of interconversion of states of matter will be explored in the third part. Followed by this, we will have a look on the kinetic theory of matter. This is a very important theory. Followed by that, an important law we will learn about is law of conservation of matter. This is all a form of a summary of what we are going to learn in chapter number 1. Let us begin with the first topic, that is what is matter made up of. Dear students, you have been learning from your earlier classes what is matter. That is a simple definition. Matter is anything around us which is made up of molecules. Yes, students, matter is made up of molecules. In simple words, the definition is anything that occupies the space and has mass is matter. But what this matter is made up of? The matter is made up of small particles, and those particles are called as molecules. These molecules, as the diagram shows here, these molecules are held together by a force of attraction. Yes, the molecules are not simply going from one place to another. For example, our body is made up of molecules, and the molecules from our body are not leaving us, they are always with us. In the case of solid, in the case of any objects, for example, the molecules that particular pen as an object is containing, that molecules are not leaving it. Why is it so? That is because of the force of attraction, and that force of attraction is called as intermolecular force. Also, it can be called as cohesion. Yes, the word is cohesion. So intermolecular force of attraction or cohesion is holding all the molecules together, close to each other. This intensity of attraction can be different. In case of solid, it is maximum, followed by liquid and gases. Also, there is some space between the particle. Let me zoom in the diagram. You can see there is some space between different particles or the molecules. This space is called as intermolecular space. So the definition for intermolecular space is the space between different molecules in matter is called as intermolecular space. Let us see the next point. The force of attraction and also the space between the particles differ from substance to substance, as I already told you just now. So the stronger the intermolecular force, the smaller is the intermolecular space. If more force of attraction is there, if force of attraction is very high, then what will happen? The molecules will come close to each other. They will have less space in between them. Like in the case of the solid, the molecules are tightly packed and they are close to each other. So the intermolecular space is negligible there. So small intermolecular space, or there is minimum intermolecular space. Why is it happening? Because of the stronger intermolecular force. But in the case of gas, what is there? The molecules are loosely moving here and there, and and the reason is actually what? The reason is the weaker intermolecular force and larger intermolecular space. So both these aspects you have to remember. The stronger the intermolecular force, the smaller is the intermolecular space. The weaker the intermolecular force, the larger is the intermolecular space. Let us come to the next slide here, that is states of matter, that you are already familiar with. Matter exists in three states: solid, liquid and gas. Now matter is, it can be a single entity also. For example, in case of water, it is actually H2O. That water can be in the form of ice also. It can be in the form of liquid, that is water itself. It can be in the form of vapor also. So all the three things, ice, water or vapor, all the three things are having the same chemical formula, that is H2O. That means matter. That is H2O is actually example of matter. It is a substance. So this matter, it can exhibit in three different forms. What are those three different forms? It can be ice, it can be water, or it can be vapor. So these are the three states of matter. Let us have a look at the next topic. Now if matter can exhibit, same thing can exhibit itself in three different forms, what is the reason there? Why the same thing H2O is becoming ice one time it becomes water, one time it becomes vapor? What is the reason behind that? What causes the difference in states? This difference in state is actually dependent upon what it is given here. It is in fact the force and the space between the molecules that determine the state of matter. How much force of attraction is there between the molecules of water, and how much space is available between the different molecules of H2O. Let us have a look on this diagram here. Here you can see the different molecules are differently arranged. For example, if we assume that these are H2O molecules, or just for an example, we suppose that these are H2O molecules. So if H2O molecules are closely or tightly held together, then what will happen? They will become solid. If they are little bit relaxed, then they will become liquid, that will form water. And if the same H2O molecules are loosely held, they are free to move from each other, away from each other, then they will form vapor. So the same form of matter, the same matter is showing itself in three different forms. Three different forms are solid, liquid and gas. So that is the reason or the cause of difference in the state of matter. So the question was what? The question was what causes the difference in state? So answer, as I told you, it is because of the difference in state is coming because of variation or difference in the intermolecular force of attraction and also the intermolecular space. How it is changing in between the different states of matter. Here we have the important trend. Dear students, you will remember this trend. This is important. The intermolecular force is strongest in solid state, weaker in liquid state, and weakest in the gaseous state. Maximum force is in solid, and minimum force of attraction is between in the molecules of gases. Followed by this, the next thing, that is regarding the space. The space between in the adjacent molecules, the space is smallest in the solid state. Minimum space or no space is there in the solid molecules. Next one, followed by liquid state, and the largest maximum space is available where? In the gaseous state. So because of this variation of the intermolecular force and intermolecular space, only what is happening, we can see difference in states of matter. I hope it is clear to you. And one important thing you have to remember there, that is intermolecular force increases as the intermolecular space decreases. Yes students, if the force of attraction is increasing between different molecules, if the force of attraction is increasing, then what will happen? The molecules will be attracted to each other and they will try to come close to each other. As they will come close to each other, what will happen? The space between them will decrease. So if the force increases, the space between the molecule decreases. Where it is happening? It is happening in the case of solids. In the solids, force is maximum, force is increasing, as a result space is decreasing. Its opposite also you can say there, if the force is reduced, if the force is decreasing, that is in the case of gases, we can say the force decreases and as a result what happens? Space increases. Force means force of attraction, not outer force. So that is force of attraction decreases, then what will happen? Intermolecular space will increase. That is in the case of gases. Let us come to the next slide there, that is interconversion of states of matter. Now there are different states of matter. The reason of states of matter is clear, due to the variation of some properties. Now how this change is taking place actually? Solid changes to gas because of change in intermolecular space and force. Okay, that is clear. But why this intermolecular force is getting reduced or increased? What is that factor that changes the intermolecular force and the intermolecular space? The question arises, what is that factor there? So that is related with changes in temperature. By heating and cooling, we can change the intermolecular force and intermolecular space in different states of matter. Let us read here what is given. First line, on heating, ice turns into water and water turns into steam. Similarly, on cooling, steam turns into water and water into ice. So such a change or any change of the state of matter can be brought about in other substances also, not only in water and ice, and this is for example only we are taking. In fact, in all the different forms of matter, the same thing is happening, that the states of matter are changing from one form to another, solid to liquid to gas, and opposite, vice versa. That is happening because of the changes in the temperature. What is actually the temperature changes causing, that we are slowly unfolding. Let us keep on continuing our class. The next and the line I will read here, the temperature changes are having some important definitions there. First we will remember them, then we will continue what happens actually when temperature changes. That is where I stopped now. But before that answer, let us have a look on these definitions. Melting point and freezing point. The constant temperature at which a solid turns into a liquid. If we take any solid object and we are heating that, it will turn into liquid. But this solid changes to liquid at a fixed temperature. Solid changes to liquid at a fixed temperature. So that temperature at which the solid changes to liquid is called as what? It is called as melting point. That is fixed for every solid. For example, a block of ice, it starts melting at 0 degrees Celsius. As the temperature increases above 0, it will start melting. So that is the melting point for ice. Let us have a look at the next definition. The constant temperature at which a liquid freezes and turns into liquid. So what they are saying now here is, liquid is converting into what? It is converting into solid. So liquid convert into solid. This also happen at a certain temperature. So that temperature at which a liquid changes to solid is called as what? It is called as the freezing point. Now what is the freezing point of water? What the temperature that at which the water changes to ice? That is 0 degrees Celsius. Freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. I am telling freezing point of water. Now we have a block of ice and it will start melting at what temperature? That is also 0 degrees Celsius. So what we learn from this, what we derive from this is that freezing point and melting point are generally equal. Freezing point, and here the line is written, ordinarily the freezing point of a liquid is same as the melting point of the corresponding solid. Example, water freezes as well as ice melt at 0 degrees Celsius. So students will remember this. Freezing point of the liquid and melting point of the solid is generally same. Last important definition regarding temperatures is about boiling point. What is actually boiling point? The temperature at which a liquid boils is called as the boiling point. For example, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. What is actually the meaning of this term boils? That is, at this temperature water starts evaporating. It starts converting into vapor form or the gaseous form. So liquid is converting to gaseous form. If the liquid converts to gaseous form, that is happening when we are heating. And so that temperature at which liquid changes to gas is actually boiling point, and for water it is 100 degrees Celsius. So you have to learn this important definition: melting point, freezing point, boiling point, and the relationship between freezing and melting point. Both are equal. Let us have a look here. Before that, moving to the next topic, let us have a look here. A diagram is given. You can see here also the same aspects are shown. All are interrelated or interconvertible. Solids can form gas, gas can form liquid, liquid can form solid. All these are dependent on what? All these are dependent on changes in temperature. Temperature may increase or decrease. That affects how the matter can form different aspects like solids, liquids and gases. Let us have a look now at the kinetic theory of matter. Now before these definitions of melting point, freezing point, boiling point, we were here that interconversion of state of matter is related to temperature changes. Now if temperature changes, the intermolecular force and the intermolecular space will change. But how it will change? What is the temperature doing actually? If I take any solid, for example solid ice I am taking, ice block I am taking, and I am heating that, it will convert to water. So that is related to temperature change. But what this temperature is doing here? Temperature is giving actually some energy. Actually what is changing here is the energy is changing. Energy changes involved. Energy may either increase. Energy increases when we are heating, and energy decreases in the other form. Energy may decrease. Energy will decrease when? Energy will decrease when we are cooling. We'll slowly get into details. Let us look now at the kinetic theory of matter. Here only we'll have a look at the aspect of energy that is related to matter. First point now, all the matter that already we have gone through this point, all the matter is made up of very small particles called as molecules. That is simple and clear. Next one, in the solid state the particles are rigidly means tightly held or fixed at one place, held in positions about which they can only vibrate. Yes, in the solid they cannot move from one place to another. Only the molecules can vibrate. They cannot change their positions. That is first point about solids, that the kinetic theory says that molecules in solid can only vibrate. Second thing, in liquid what is there? In liquid the particles are in continuous motion. They are regularly moving. That means molecules can change their position, but they are not completely separated from each other. The molecules are interconnected still. They are not free, as we will see in the gas. So molecules are not totally separate, but still they are moving. While in motion they collide among themselves. Collide means they are hitting each other. As a result, what will happen? They will give some energy to another molecule. That we will see in the details when we will see the next topic. The another thing that we will read here is, in the gaseous state the particles are in continuous random motion. Random means anywhere, not fixed. Random motion is there and almost independent of each other. In the solid, in the liquid, the molecules are not completely separated. Not completely separated, they are connected. But here in the case of gases, they are independent. Other molecules, the molecules are not dependent on each other. The second B part will read, the particles in a gas travel much longer distances than in a liquid. That is obvious now, because gas molecules are free, they can move more. As a result, they travel longer distance compared to liquid, and they collide with other particles with the walls of the vessels also. For example, we have a container and the gas molecules are filled, so they will hit each other also, and they will also hit the walls of the container also. So they are hitting each other and colliding to the walls of the container as well. As a result, what will happen? When the molecules are hitting each other, there is some increase in the pressure there. The collision of the particles with the walls of the vessel or the container gives rise to the pressure of the gas. The gas pressure increases. The molecules increase the pressure of the gas. The particles possess some energy due to their motion, because the molecules are moving here and there, and as a result there is some aspect related of energy related there. This energy is called as, I've written wrong, is called kinetic energy. This energy is called as kinetic energy. So the kinetic energy is related with the motion of the molecules. If the molecules are moving, there will be some changes in the kinetic energy. The last point here, the kinetic energy, this is the most important one. The kinetic energy possessed by the particles is dependent on what? On the temperature. Here comes the main point. It depends on what? The temperature. The higher the temperature, the higher is the kinetic energy. Maximum temperature will lead to maximum energy, and as we increase the temperature slowly, what will happen? The kinetic energy of the molecules will increase. The lower the temperature, the lower is the kinetic energy. If we are cooling any state of matter, then what will happen? Its kinetic energy will decrease. Just for an example, if we take any solid and heat it, it will convert into liquid. So on heating it is happening. On heating, what is happening? The temperature is increased. The temperature is increasing there. So if the temperature is increasing, then what will happen? Temperature increase means kinetic energy also increase. As a result of the kinetic energy increase, what will happen? The molecules will start vibrating. Just we have learned in the kinetic energy theory that in the solid, molecules cannot move from one place to another. As a result, what will happen? If we heat the solid object, the molecule will start vibrating and they will gain some energy. And as they start vibrating, their kinetic energy will increase and they will set into motion. Without in the absence of energy, they cannot move, but when we are heating them, they are getting energy, and due to that extra energy, they start moving. And as they start moving, what they are called liquid. That means they have been converted into liquid. The more details we will cover that in the next topic, in the upcoming topic only, that we will learn is interconversion of the different states of matter. That we will go through the different interconversion, solid to liquid, liquid to gas, and so on, that we will do in details. So today's lecture I will wind up here. I hope you liked and enjoyed the chapter and learned a lot. Dear students, at last I would like to remind you that you have to read your textbook every day after the online lecture or the video. Not only chemistry, you should be reading all your subjects textbook after reading the text, after viewing the online class. And in today's class, if you have any doubt, you can post your doubts in the comments section. Thank you for today.